Here's something that surprises almost everyone I talk to. Your kidneys do some of their hardest, quietest work while you're asleep. They never clock out. And yet most people spend the entire evening giving them nothing to work with, or worse, reaching for the one snack that quietly makes their job harder. Tonight, that changes. I quote Dr. Kevin Scott. And on this channel, I focus on senior wellness, the small, everyday choices that protect the organs we tend to ignore until they start to complain. In my last video, I walked you through the best fruit to eat before bed for healthy eyes. Today, we're going one level deeper, into the two hardworking organs sitting quietly in your lower back, your kidneys. Let me anchor this in real science right away. In a community-based study of 9,229 adults from the Korean Genome and Epidemiology Study published in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases in 2019, researchers found that a diet rich in vegetables and fruit may reduce the risk for kidney disease. Not a supplement, not a prescription. Fruit and vegetables, food you can buy today. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop your age in the comments right now and tell me one thing. Do you eat fruit in the evening or do you avoid it? I read these and your answer tells me who I'm really talking to tonight. Here's my promise. I'm going to walk you through the 5 most kidney-friendly fruits, ranked from foundational to life-altering, from number 5 up to the single best fruit to reach for before bed. Each one is chosen for a reason your kidneys would thank you for if they could speak. And number 1, it's not the flashy tropical fruit everyone assumes. It's small, humble, low in potassium, which, as you'll learn tonight, is exactly why it earns the top spot for older kidneys. Don't skip ahead. The reason it beats the others is the whole point of this video. Let's begin. Let's begin with number 5, the apple. I'm starting here for a reason. The apple is the foundation, safe, gentle, and almost universally kidney-friendly, which is more than I can say for many fruits marketed as superfoods. Here's the mechanism in plain English. Your kidneys are essentially a bank of microscopic filters. Every day, your diet produces a small amount of acid as a byproduct of digestion, and your kidneys have to neutralize and clear it. Over decades, a diet heavy in acid-producing foods, lots of meat, very little produce, keeps those filters working overtime. Fruit like apples is alkaline forming, meaning it eases that acid load rather than adding to it, so your filters get a lighter shift. The research backs the category. In that 2019 Korean Genome and Epidemiology study of over 9,000 adults, higher intake of produce tracked with fewer new cases of reduced kidney function. Incident-reduced eGFR occurred less frequently with higher intake, at rates of about 22.8 per 1,000 person years in the lowest intake group versus 20.1 per 1,000 in the highest. And in a large 2021 analysis of roughly 500,000 adults from the China Kadoorie Biobank, published in the journal Nutrients, daily fruit eaters had about a 19% lower risk of kidney stones compared with those who ate fruit less than weekly. The apple sits right in the middle of that protective pattern, high in fiber, high in water, low in potassium. That last point matters more as you age. After about 60, kidney filtration naturally slows, and the kidneys become less nimble at clearing potassium. A fruit that's low in potassium, like the apple, gives you the antioxidant and fiber benefit without the risk that higher potassium fruits can carry for aging kidneys. This is the quiet reason apples show up on nearly every kidney-friendly food list a dietitian will hand you. Picture someone like a 64-year-old, let's call this a typical case, who swaps her mid-afternoon cookie for a sliced apple with the skin left on. No cost, no prescription, no dramatic diet overhaul. Just a repeated, small, alkaline-forming choice, day after day. That's how kidney protection actually accumulates, not in one heroic act, but in 1,000 ordinary ones. Here's your zero-cost step. Keep whole apples visible on the counter, not hidden in a drawer. We eat what we see. And here's your first synergy tip. Hold on to it. Apples pair beautifully with number 3 on this list because together they hit 2 different defensive systems at once. But if the apple is the foundation, the next fruit adds something the apple can't. A specific compound your blood vessels, and therefore your kidneys, genuinely crave. That's number 4, and it's a fruit most people treat as dessert. Number 4, grapes, especially the red and purple ones. Here's why grapes climb above apples. Your kidneys aren't just filters, they're some of the most blood vessel-dense tissue in your entire body. Each kidney is packed with tiny, delicate blood vessels, and when those vessels stiffen or inflame with age, filtration suffers. Red and purple grapes are rich in polyphenols, including resveratrol, plant compounds that research links to healthier, more flexible blood vessels and lower oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress as internal rust. Polyphenols are among the tools your body uses to slow the rusting. The evidence here works on 2 levels. On the population level, grapes fall inside that same protective fruit pattern. Remember, in the China Kadoorie analysis in Nutrients, 2021, daily fruit consumption was associated with roughly 19% lower kidney stone risk, and in the 2019 Korean cohort, higher produce intake meant fewer new cases of kidney impairment. On the mechanism level, laboratory and animal research on grape and berry polyphenols shows reduced oxidative damage in kidney tissue, though I'll be straight with you. That deeper mechanistic work is still largely in the lab and in animal models, not yet proven as a cure in humans. What is well established in people is the overall pattern: more fruit, healthier kidneys over time. Age changes the stakes. After 65, blood vessels naturally lose elasticity, and high blood pressure, the second leading cause of kidney failure, becomes far more common. A fruit that supports vascular health is doing double duty, protecting the vessels and the organ they feed. Picture someone like a 68-year-old man who keeps a small bowl of red grapes in the fridge and eats a handful instead of chips while watching the evening news. Same hand-to-mouth habit, radically different biology. He's swapped salt and empty starch for hydration and polyphenols. Your zero-cost step: buy grapes, rinse the whole bunch at once, and store them washed and ready. Friction is the enemy of good habits. Remove it. And the synergy tip: grapes and apples together give you 2 different polyphenol families in one small evening plate, more coverage than either alone. Now the next fruit is where things get serious, because it doesn't just support your kidneys generally, it targets one of the most common, most underestimated threats to kidney health in older adults. That's number 3. Number 3, cranberries. Let me tell you why this tart little berry outranks the last 2. As we age, urinary tract infections become far more common, and in older adults, a UTI is not the minor nuisance it is at 25. Left unchecked, an infection can travel upward from the bladder to the kidneys, and a kidney infection can do real, lasting damage. Cranberries carry compounds called proanthocyanidins, and here's the mechanism in plain English. These compounds make it harder for the most common infection-causing bacteria, E. coli, to grip the wall of your urinary tract. If the bacteria can't hold on, they get flushed out before they can multiply. The numbers are genuinely encouraging. In a 2021 systematic review from Southeast University, published in PLOS One, pooling 23 trials and nearly 4,000 participants, cranberry products cut the incidence of urinary tract infections in susceptible people by about 30%, and the benefit reached roughly 32% in women with recurrent infections. A separate 2017 meta-analysis of 7 randomized trials, published in the Journal of Nutrition, found that cranberry reduced the risk of recurrent UTI by about 26% in otherwise healthy women. 2 independent reviews, landing in the same protective range, that's the kind of agreement I like to see before I recommend anything. I'll be honest about one thing: not every study agrees, and cranberry is not a treatment for an active infection. That needs a doctor. Its strength is prevention, and prevention is exactly the game we're playing after 60, when a single serious infection can undo years of careful health. Picture someone like a 70-year-old woman prone to repeat UTIs who adds a small daily serving of unsweetened cranberry to her routine. The goal isn't a cure, it's tilting the odds, month after month, away from the infection that could otherwise reach her kidneys. Your zero-cost step. Choose unsweetened cranberry. The sugary cocktails undo much of the benefit. And here's the synergy payoff I promised earlier. Cranberries plus apples pair the anti-adhesion defense against infection with apple's gentle, alkaline, filter-easing effect. Two entirely different shields working the same shift. But the next fruit? It's the one with the most dramatic human research behind it. A full, year-long clinical trial in some of the most vulnerable kidney patients alive. That's number 2, and it comes with one crucial warning. Number 2, pomegranate. This one earns its high rank on the strength of a remarkable study, and I'm going to give you the warning label right alongside the promise, because you deserve both. First, the mechanism. Pomegranate is one of the richest fruit sources of polyphenols and antioxidants, and its power is in fighting the twin fires of oxidative stress and inflammation. The same internal rust and smolder that drive kidney decline and heart disease together. Here's the standout research. In a 2012 randomized placebo-controlled trial published in Free Radical Biology and Medicine, researchers followed 101 hemodialysis patients for a full year, giving them pomegranate juice during dialysis sessions. Pomegranate juice significantly reduced markers of oxidative damage and inflammation, and lowered hospitalizations due to infection. Most striking of all, about 25% of the pomegranate group showed improvement in their arterial disease, with only 5% worsening, while over half the placebo group got worse, and none improved. For patients that fragile, those are meaningful numbers. Now the warning, and this is where being honest matters more than being impressive. Pomegranate is high in potassium. For someone with advanced kidney disease, especially anyone on dialysis or with reduced filtration, too much potassium is genuinely dangerous. It can affect your heart rhythm. In that trial, doses were medically supervised. So pomegranate is a wonderful fruit for many people, but it is not automatically safe for every kidney patient. If you have any diagnosed kidney condition, this is the fruit to ask your doctor about before adding it. That caution is exactly why it's number 2, not number 1. The age angle is the whole reason for care. After 60, and especially with any kidney impairment, your ability to clear potassium drops, so the very fruit that helps one person can harm another. Picture someone like a 62-year-old with healthy kidneys and no potassium restriction who enjoys a small glass of pomegranate juice a few times a week for its antioxidant punch. A very different situation from someone on dialysis who would need medical guidance first. Same fruit, 2 completely different rule books. Your zero-cost step. If your kidneys are healthy, keep the portion small and the juice unsweetened. If they're not, ask first. Synergy tip. For those who can safely have it, pomegranate's antioxidant power complements grape's vascular support beautifully. Which brings us, finally, to number 1, the fruit I'd reach for before bed above all the others. And the reason it wins is the very thing that disqualifies pomegranate for so many people. And number 1, the best fruit to reach for before bed, blueberries. Here's why this small berry takes the crown, especially at night and especially for older kidneys. Blueberries deliver one of the highest antioxidant loads of any common fruit. They're packed with anthocyanins, the deep blue pigments that mop up oxidative stress. And yet, unlike pomegranate, they're low in potassium. That combination is the holy grail for aging kidneys. Maximum protective compounds, minimum potassium risk. It's the fruit that says yes to the benefit and no to the danger. The mechanism. Those anthocyanins help quiet the low-grade inflammation and oxidative rust that slowly wear down your kidney's filtering units over the years. Laboratory and animal studies on anthocyanins, including 2022 research showing they improved kidney measures in diabetic mice, point to real protective activity at the tissue level. I'll be candid that this deeper kidney-specific work is still emerging and largely preclinical. But blueberries also sit squarely inside the human evidence we can trust. In a large 2025 prospective study of more than 86,000 adults in Taiwan's MJ Health cohort, people who ate 3 to 5 or more servings of fruit and vegetables a day had a significantly lower risk of rapid kidney function decline than those eating fewer than 3. Blueberries are one of the easiest, safest ways to add those servings. Why before bed specifically? Honestly, the timing itself isn't magic. Your kidneys benefit from blueberries at any hour. But a small evening bowl is a genuinely good habit. It's low in potassium and low in the heavy sugar that disrupts sleep. It satisfies the late-night craving that otherwise becomes chips or ice cream, and it's gentle enough not to send you running to the bathroom all night. The fruit is the win. The bedtime is just an easy, repeatable moment to lock it in. After 65, when filtration has naturally slowed and every gram of potassium counts more, a low-potassium, high-antioxidant fruit isn't just a nice choice, it's close to an ideal one. Picture someone like a 71-year-old who trades her nightly bowl of ice cream for a small bowl of blueberries, fresh or frozen. Same ritual, same comfort, utterly different signal to her kidneys. Your zero-cost step. Frozen blueberries are just as nutritious as fresh, often cheaper, and last for months. No excuse and no spoilage. And the master synergy. Blueberries with a few walnuts or a spoon of plain yogurt slows the sugar, adds staying power, and turns a snack into genuine kidney care. Section 3. Outro. So let's bring it home. The apple is your gentle, alkaline foundation. Grapes add polyphenols that support the delicate blood vessels your kidneys depend on. Cranberries guard against the urinary infections that threaten older kidneys most. Pomegranate carries powerful, clinically studied antioxidants for those whose kidneys can safely handle the potassium. And blueberries take the crown. High in protection, low in risk, the ideal small fruit to reach for before bed. Hear this clearly, because it's the heart of everything I do on this channel. Prevention and improvement are possible at any age. Your kidneys respond to how you treat them today, not to how you treated them at 40. The next choice is always yours to make. So tell me in the comments, which fruit are you starting with first? And what's the biggest obstacle standing between you and eating more fruit at night? I read every reply, and your challenge might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. If this helped you see your kidneys in a new light, do 3 quick things. Hit like so it reaches more people who need it, subscribe so you never miss the next one, and share it with someone you love whose kidneys you'd like to protect. Take care of the organs that quietly take care of you, because the smallest fruit, chosen with intention, can guard a lifetime of health.